Is your wife threatening divorce, or has she already filed papers and you're wondering what to do next? Well, brother, you're in the right place. Today I'm going to be covering the 5 steps you need to take to go avoid divorce and save your marriage. Now, if we haven't met each other before, my name's Luke Finn and I'm the founder of the ARC system, which has helped hundreds of dads avoid divorce and reconnect with their wife. Now make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel and smash the bell button to be notified each Tuesday when I release a new video. And be sure to stick around to the end of this video to get the opportunity to enroll in my free masterclass. In the free masterclass, I'm going to cover the secret to reconciling that no one else is talking about and the 4 steps you need to take in order for your wife to see your change. Now, with all that being said, let's dive right in. So first off, let's give you a little bit of context. If your wife's filed for divorce or she's threatening divorce, she's been unhappy for a long time. This hasn't just happened overnight. This has been a long road of attrition, and now your wife just feels like there's no other way to move forward but to dissolve the marriage and move forward on her own. The good news is, brother, is I've helped hundreds of men reconcile, so there are common patterns in all marriages. Now, I have a different training that covers the marriage in a downward spiral to give you a little bit more context. I'll link it up above. If you want to get more context on where you're at in your marriage, I'm going to link it up above and you can check it out there. But after helping hundreds of dads reconcile, I've put together the 5 havoc-wreaking personas in a marriage that's gotten you to this point in your marriage. So guys, take ownership. I'm going to go through this now and explain the 5 different havoc-wreaking personas that has caused your wife to check out of the marriage. Take ownership. Share with me in the comments if you've been exhibiting any of these personas. Now, the first one is Angry Adam. Have you been like working really hard, coming home and just really pissed off? So your job takes a lot of energy from you, a lot of mental energy from you, physical energy. You're putting everything into work to provide for your family. You come home, you're feeling depleted, you don't have, you're not calm, you're worked up, and you're just getting angry. So your kids are acting up, you blow up. You come in and you see that the place isn't clean, you blow up, and you're just basically angry. This is a really dangerous one, guys. I see this a lot. This basically erodes the emotional safety in your relationship. Your wife doesn't feel safe around you, and that's why you feel then a wall between yourself and your wife. So Angry Adam is the first one. Let me know in the comments if you've been Angry Adam. Number 2 is Jealous Johnny. This is where you are basically jealous of your wife. You're wondering what she's doing, who she's texting, who she's spending time with. And this is not good because your wife feels that you're jealous, you're coming across weak and needy. And these actions of acting out like Jealous Johnny, checking your phone, putting your tracker on her vehicle, always sending her text messages asking where she is, that's just pushing your wife further and further away. Or maybe you've been emotionally unavailable, Eric, where something so terrible has happened in your wife's life. Maybe she lost her mom or dad. She's had a difficult time, but you just weren't there emotionally for her because, well, you had your own shit going on, but you weren't available for her. You were emotionally unavailable, Eric, and she just didn't feel supported. Or maybe you're controlling Connor, where you're checking your emails, you're controlling the finances. She gets no say, and she feels like she's kind of trapped. Let me know if you've been controlling Connor. And the final one is Frustrated Frank. Maybe you've been like, so working really hard, but you're not getting the appreciation, the love at home. Maybe your sex life has completely dropped off and you're just feeling really frustrated because this isn't what you signed up for, right? You married your wife, you loved her, and you didn't want your marriage to end up like this. So let me know, guys. They're the 5 havoc-wreaking personas in a marriage. Let me know in the comments which of these havoc-wreaking personas have been shown up in your marriage. And basically, if these behaviors are showing up in your marriage, what this does is it erodes the emotional safety in the marriage, which is required for you to connect with your wife. And it just pushes you guys further and further away until at one point she starts saying or start considering the only way forward is to file for divorce. Now, like I said, I'm the founder of the ARC system and I've helped hundreds of dads reconcile. Those 5 havoc-wreaking behaviors that I've just talked about are part of the ARC system to help you gain awareness. And this ARC system has helped hundreds of dads reconcile, just like Jeremy. Jeremy saved his marriage when he came to me and enrolled in the ARC system. He was having constant fights. He felt like his wife hated him. She wasn't being affectionate with him at all. He felt worthless, and she was filing for divorce. He applied the steps that I'm going to teach you today and the steps in the ARC system, and he started experiencing the deepest intimacy in 13 years of marriage. His wife saying she loves him. He said everything felt like new. They were laughing and flirting. So he had this wonderful joy in his marriage. And guys, the good news today is I'm going to be teaching you the 5 steps to save your marriage, but I'm not just going to give you like a theoretical steps. I want to give you the exact 5 steps that Jeremy took to go save his marriage when his wife was filing for divorce. Because guys, if you want to go save your marriage, what you need is a proven process, a time-tested process that has worked for hundreds of men and that you can apply it and it'll work for you. So the first thing we did with Jeremy when he enrolled in the program is we did a relationship audit. We looked at what was happening in his relationship. Was he the nice guy or the ice guy? There's 2 different types of men that struggle in their marriage, that nice guy and the ice guy. Now, I'm going to link it up above the training for where you're going to get to look at, okay, are you the ice guy or a nice guy? You're going to identify that. That's a whole different training. I'll link that up above so you can get context on that. But we looked at Jeremy. Was he being the nice guy or the ice guy? He was being the nice guy. We looked at, okay, who was in leadership? Who was the leader in the family? Who was making decisions? How often were they fighting? What were they fighting about? How did they react? How did each one of them react when they had an argument? Were they addressing the issues in the marriage, or were they being avoidant? And basically what we found out by doing this relationship audit with him was that he was acting out of jealousy. He was very jealous, wasn't trusting his wife, and because he was acting jealous, his wife was then closing off, not sharing with him what was going on. So we knew what we had to do there was to start getting him to start communicating with his wife about how he was feeling, to rebuild the emotional safety, to rebuild the trust, so that his wife could start sharing with him what was going on for her in the relationship. Because basically it was like this vicious circle. She wasn't sharing with him, and he was getting more and more worked up, felt like things were going on, that she was cheating and all the stories he was telling himself. And we had to break that cycle. And that was the first step, was doing the relationship audit and look at what was going on for him. The second step was we eradicated that havoc-wreaking persona. And like I said, his havoc-wreaking persona, the biggest one was the jealous Johnny. He was very jealous, telling himself stories about what his wife was doing. He was getting worked up and just pushing his wife further and further away. Now, the good news is, guys, I'm going to give you the process to eradicate the havoc-wreaking personas in the masterclass. So make sure to stick around to the end of this video to get the exact steps to eradicate those havoc-wreaking personas in your marriage. So we eradicated that, the way he was showing up as jealous Johnny. He was no longer panicking. He was no longer checking up on his wife all the time, and he was starting to feel more and more empowered, more and more relaxed. Then what we did, and this is a really important one, I cannot overstate the importance of this one. The accelerator mindset. Most men, this is one of the things that they really struggle with when their wife's filing for divorce. They have the handbrake mindset. They start telling themselves stories about how it's not possible to reconcile, how it's gone too far, she's really done this time. And that doesn't help you. When you want to reconcile with your wife, you need to focus on all the progress you're making. You need to learn how to focus on yourself, to regulate your own emotions, and to stop focusing on the things that are not going right. And this is, I would say, this is probably the biggest thing that men struggle with when they are facing divorce, is their mindset. They end up getting stuck in a loop of how they feel like it's hopeless, they can't do anything, and that doesn't help them move forward. So I worked with Jeremy on getting his mindset focused on himself, because he's the only one, he can only control himself, guys. If you're trying to control your wife, if you've been controlling Connor, that's not going to help you. You cannot move forward. A big part of reconciling with your wife and attracting her back in is focusing on yourself and becoming this empowered man. So I go into this accelerator mindset on another training. I'm going to put that up, link it up above. It's going to give you more context there. You can check that out if you want more context on the accelerator mindset. Then the fourth step we took was we rebuilt his confidence. So his confidence was shot. He was feeling nervous, anxious, was telling himself stories that his wife was cheating. And this was slowing down his progress of reconciling with his wife. So we rebuilt his confidence by getting him to focus on himself, on the wonderful man he is. He started going out doing the things he loves, like hunting, going out on his bike, and having a good time. And really focusing on the amazing dad he is and the amazing person. This is a really important thing, guys. You need to rebuild your confidence. When your wife's filed for divorce, you can start telling yourself a story that you've messed up, you fucked up, that you'll never be able to get her back, and how it's all your fault. That doesn't help you, right? You need to rebuild your confidence. You need to start feeling comfortable with going out on your own, really acknowledging the amazing person you are. And this is what helps you become this magnetic version of yourself that attracts your wife back in. This is so important, guys. And then the fifth step is we got him to start communicating like a boss. And this is where his wife could really see his changes. So rather than in the past, he would have, when she would say something, he would react out of it out of jealousy, make a snarky remark, and she'd kind of think, why am I even talking to him? He got to learn how to ask better questions, de-escalate situations in the marriage, so that she started opening up and she could really see that he's changed. And that's why within just 8 weeks, she did a complete U-turn and stopped the whole divorce procedures and how they reconciled. So if you want the training for how to communicate like a boss, guys, the good news is I also have that training there. You can check it down. I've got the communication guide. There's 7 steps to communicate from your heart and to start communicating like a boss. Check down in the link below for how to communicate like a boss. And for you guys that want more, if you're like these communication guides and the videos, if this is not enough, if you want even more, I've got another training called the Alpha Attraction Challenge. It's a 3-day challenge where I'll go into the details of how to regain your power and start showing up as the empowered man that your wife needs, and how to attract her back in, and how to go into even more detail on how to communicate like a boss. So if you would like to enroll in that Alpha Attraction Challenge, I'll link that down below as well. Now, I promised you at the beginning of this video the opportunity to enroll in my free masterclass. In the free masterclass, you're going to get to eradicate the havoc-wreaking personas so you can start showing up as the empowered man your wife needs. So guys, you can be really excited. You need to get yourself into this masterclass. If any of those 5 havoc-wreaking personas are showing up in your marriage, get into the masterclass. And I'm going to show you step by step how to eradicate them. I'm going to show you a really powerful process to eradicate them and start showing up as the empowered man that your wife needs. I'm also going to share with you the secret to reconciling with your wife that no one else is talking about, and the 4 steps you need to take for your wife to see your change. You can find the link to the free masterclass down in the description. Click in there and enroll today. And finally, I want to invite you to my marriage support group for dads. This is an incredible Facebook group filled up with an amazing community of dads who are committed to saving their marriage, avoiding divorce. You can find the link down in the description. Click in, join our group, and I look forward to seeing you on the inside. Congratulations on making it to the end of this video. If you've got any questions at all, post them down in the comments and let me know which of the 5 havoc-wreaking behaviors have you been experiencing in your marriage. And if you found this video useful, do me a favor, click the like button, subscribe to the channel, and smash the bell button to be notified each Tuesday when I release a new video. And with all that being said, I look forward to seeing you on the next video.